Thank you for taking the time to click on our Facebook link. You're in the right place. I'm Dr. Brian Roadhouse. I specialize in resolving fibromyalgia symptoms. I'm going to let you know how we're different than any other doctor you've been to. I understand, that if you have fibromyalgia, it's a progressive condition. You're feeling worse and worse. You're actually feeling worse today than you were 10 years ago if you've had it that long. You have more symptoms. It might, wax and wane, but it's ruined your life. You have flu-like symptoms 365 days a year, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. You might have even been to other doctors who tried to help you with this, and they've given you different treatments and it didn't work. They might have even told you at one time, you need to exercise. No one, when they have the flu, wants to exercise. Obviously, they're not in touch with these kind of patients. There's no way you can do it. And if you did do it, if you just mustered up enough to go ahead and do it, it'd probably wear you down after a couple weeks and you'd feel a lot worse. A lot of patients have brain fog. That's where you just don't think clearly. A lot of patients have dizziness problems. I don't care what they diagnose your dizziness, BPPV, ergocentric, geocentric. The bottom line is you have dizziness, and if it's not getting resolved with antivert or any of the positional stuff, it's usually the cerebellum. When people try to say things, they formulate a sentence and it doesn't come out, that's Broca's speech area. Sometimes when people are talking to you, you repeat back to them what they said. You go, no, that's not what I said. There's a communication between Wernicke's and Broca's called the arcuate fasciculate. And if it's not working properly, if it's short circuit, that's what happens to you. Your sleep pattern is messed up. I mean, sometimes you might sleep pretty good for 2 or 3 days, and other days you have times where you can't go to sleep. You have other times where you go to sleep and all of a sudden you're wide awake. You're going to have pain patterns that are all over the place, and so most doctors look at you like you're nuts, or maybe you're complaining, or you're looking for attention, whatever. And when they can't solve your problem, they give you Paxil, Zoloft, because they just want to quiet you down because they can't help you. I've had patients that had these symptoms. They could have a problem with weight gain. They could have a problem with energy level. They can have with terrible fatigue. You can have problems with your stomach, where it bloats, where you have GERD. You can have intestinal issues where 1 week you have constipation, then you have diarrhea. Sometimes you have a hard time making it to the bathroom because it comes on so quickly. Bottom line is that there's so many things that are involved in resolving these kind of conditions that one little pill won't do it. As a matter of fact, the pill that they're using, a little while ago, they said for the injured muscle tendons. The same exact advertisement now says that hyperexcited cells. That's what causes the pain pattern where it moves all over the place. Doctors aren't used to you having pain in all these different areas, and so they can't understand it. But if they dealt with fibromyalgia patients, they'd know exactly what's going on. And we'll explain that to you later. If you've been to all these different doctors and you haven't gotten better, you need to come to someone that looks at these differently, think outside the box. I have a unique program based on functional neurology and functional medicine. We do a very complete and thorough neurological exam and a metabolic assessment. Between the two, we figure out what's going on with you. Now, if you've been to other doctors and they haven't resolved, you're probably thinking, well, how is this guy any different? Well, we have a completely different perspective and a different treatment plan. As a matter of fact, when a new patient comes in, you come in for the consultation, you do the examination, we do the metabolic assessment, and then I talk to you about your commitment level. And if you're committed and you're a candidate, now to be a candidate, I have to have every parameter that I need to see. If there's 90% of them, I don't accept the patient, because this is not for everybody. It's about 10% of the population that has these ongoing problems. They've been to other doctors, they've tried medicines, they've tried all these different treatments, and they don't work. You're probably a candidate. We're going to know pretty soon. And if I accept your case, I'm going to give you a money-back guarantee on my doctor's fee. No other doctor would do that. So when I accept your case, I expect you to get well. But it's a two-way street because you have to be my partner, because there's a lot of work in these cases and you have to help me out. If that's something that you want to do, take the next step. You already took the first step by clicking on this Facebook link. Take the next step. Click on the consultation. Fill out the form below. You'll get a consultation, examination, metabolic assessment at no charge. Why am I doing this at no charge? Because you've been to so many doctors. You're probably wondering, how is this guy any different? So I'm going to remove the obstacle. I want to help you if you're a candidate. So I'm going to remove all the barriers for you to come in my office. Fill that out. Well, or you can call the office at the number below and we'll set you up for an appointment. Now, we're scheduled out about 7 to 10 days. So we're going to send you the paperwork. There's a lot of paperwork. We're very thorough. You have to fill it out. We'll also send you a DVD that's going to explain to you every symptom that you have and how I'm going to fix it for you, what's causing it, and what tests we're going to do. We use labs all over the country. I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I use labs all over the country because they're the best labs, and that's where we get our information from. When we get that, we know what we're doing. We know what's causing your problem. We remove that, whatever is causing it, or we fix the problem, and that's how we get you better. So let's go to step 2, fill out below, and I look forward to you coming in the office, and let's see if we can get your life back.